Hey, guess what? It's more gun talk. We're at the NASGW show. That's the National Association of Sporting Goods Wholesalers show in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's where the manufacturers, they talk to the distributors, not the dealers, but the distributors, kind of the middleman in the two-step process. But it's an early chance for us to see what's new, what's cool, what's going on in the gun world. We're visiting right now with Kelly McMillan. When you say top-of-the-line stocks, Kelly, you have always kind of set the bar for everybody for stocks for literally for decades now.
Well, thanks for saying that, Tom. I really appreciate it. You know, we work really hard at having a really high quality product and something that the customers can depend on and count on for years.
Well, and people have been willing to pay for the hand laid up stocks, the things that you guys do so well, and at the same time, there's a tremendous hunger for real quality from people who say, well, that's great, but I just can't pay that much money. I mean, and they say, I get it, it's worth it, right? But is there any way to have something that's a little bit less expensive, but I can still get some of that same kind of quality? And I'm looking at what you just put on the table here. I'm impressed. Tell them what you got.
Well, I talked to my dad 25, 30 years ago, said we should be in the plastic stock business. He said, oh, no, Cadillac doesn't make a cheap car, so, But the fact is that there's a big part of the market where the guys would love to have a McMillan Fiberglass stock,
right,
but they just can't fit it in their budget.
Sure.
So they end up buying some inexpensive plastic stocks, and they're really not happy with them. So I thought maybe I could fill that part of the market with a really high quality polymer stock that is designed a little bit differently and made differently and using a different material than anything else is out there.
Okay.
And then I would be proud to put my name on it. So I think we've come up with that. It's been a really long process for us because we're using a process nobody else uses in making these stocks. It took us a little bit longer than we thought, but we're, out to market now, and so these are available.
What's it called?
Yeah, it's called MC3, which is McCubed for third generation of McMillan.
Okay.
And so we wanted to name this division something new, bright. My daughter's working with me on the project, and she is basically handling all the front office stuff for the orders and stuff. But it's made out of a material that nobody else in the industry is using.
What is it? Can you tell us?
It's xenolite. It's a material that is not
it's not typically used for stocks. I mean,
exactly.
I've never heard of anybody using that.
Yeah.
What kind of properties does it have that you're looking for?
Well, it's stiffer, it's more durable, it's more abrasion resistance, it's less water retention than either the nylon 6 or nylon 66, which is what everybody's using, or polypropylene. And polypropylene is the one that gave the moniker to all these stocks of Tupperware stocks.
Right.
Because it's the same material Tupperware is.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, and one of the, I know at least one factor that you look for is some kind of rigidity, because some of the less expensive stocks, frankly, they're wobbly. You can actually twist them and torque them and bend them. Are you getting more rigidity out of this?
Oh, I am so impressed with this material. I can actually stand on this stock suspended between two blocks and with the bolt notch down, which is the weakest part,
right,
and it won't break, which
Holy cow.
I was really surprised by that. That's something that we've done with our fiberglass stocks all the time,
right,
but I was surprised when I tried it that it actually, this is stiffer and stronger than anything else on the market. Absolutely terrific.
For somebody that wouldn't know, what's that do for a rifle? What's that do for accuracy?
Well, the more the stiffer, the more rigidity that you have in the action area where the receiver is mated to the stock means a more consistent accuracy shot to shot. You're not going to have the traveling of the, once the barrel gets a little heated up and it starts to walk, well, if it doesn't fit really well and isn't a real solid material, that'll exacerbate that and make it worse.
Okay, so it really is all about consistency.
Right.
You can move the group anywhere you want, but if the group is falling apart, it doesn't help you. You got to have the small group. You mentioned bedding, and basically it's got to fit right. So what are we looking at here for bedding?
Well, what we've got is aluminum pillars that are actually molded into the stock, which is, the radius of the Remington receiver. These stocks are made specifically for Remington short and long 700.
Okay.
And so they're made the same diameter as the receiver, so that the stock is basically, the action is basically going to sit on these aluminum pillars
Gotcha.
and be suspended between the two.
Okay.
And that's going to keep any of the other stresses from becoming a factor.
It kind of eliminates the whole bedding thing by using pillow
does.
bedding. Yeah.
These are, the recoil lug is exactly in the right place, so that, when you bolt it together, tighten the screws down, have the recoil lug up against the surface, then there's no place for it to go. So once you tighten them, the guard screws down to anywhere from 45 to 65 inch-pounds,
Right.
You're pretty well set.
Different model stocks?
Yes, we have our tactical, which is basically patterned after the McMillan A5, which
Right.
is the most popular tactical stock on the market.
Yep.
And the Game Scout, which is the most popular hunting stock we make. And one of the things that I like to point out about this, with the tendency to want to shoot longer ranges now,
right.
more prone shooting is done. So
Sure.
we put a vertical pistol grip
I
here.
noticed that. It doesn't look like your standard hunting stock.
No, it has a different look, but people who know long range shooting and hunting, they like the vertical pistol grip, and it works out real well offhand or off stick. So it's good for both types of shooting, and customers are really, for a long time the firearms industry was doing the same old thing because that's what they'd always done.
Well, yeah.
And that, wrist, the slanted wrist pistol grip that every gun had on it.
It's what we knew a scope our stock ought to look like, right?
Exactly. And we're finding out that, hey, it works really well this way, and people are real comfortable with it, and it shoots really well too.
Well, that's very cool. Okay, so give me a comparison of the price of these versus your very fine, world-famous hand-laid-up stocks.
Okay, if you were to buy a Game Scout from McMillan Fiberglass stocks, have it custom made for you, it'd be $565. This is $269.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's ready to go just the way you see it, recoil pads, studs, and everything.
Just take your action out, screw it in this one.
This is also available in carbon fiber, and we talked about the stiffness. Well, carbon fiber is going to add stiffness and rigidity to it, and if you really think that that's something that you want to go, the extra $30, this is $289 in carbon fiber. This one is carbon fiber. They're all black because the fiber itself is black,
okay.
But they're available in tan and olive, in the standard colors, and then in carbon fiber they're black.
Is carbon fiber lighter? Is there any difference?
Yeah, it weighs a few ounces lighter because they're, this polymer is filled. It's a fiber-filled polymer.
Right.
Only a percentage of it we get to save the weight on because of whatever the amount of fiber is in it. But yeah, it runs a few ounces lighter.
Okay, so right now it's available for the 700 long and short action.
That's correct.
Any thoughts of making it available for any other action?
Yeah, as soon as we get this on the market and see how the sales go, I've designed the mold itself so that we can design inserts so that we can use the same mold to make different models, provided the exterior of the stock is fairly similar.
You remind me, I've heard people say that one of the challenges is designing the product, the other challenge is designing the manufacturing process. And it sounds like you spend as much time on the process as on the product, which is pretty smart.
That's probably why it took us 2 years rather than what we thought was going to be a year. So having all of those options available to us down the road was important that we got it right the first time.
Right.
So, that's one of the important things, that we wanted to be able to utilize these molds for as many different options.
I just need to borrow your Dremel tool so I could cut a slot out on this side over here for people who shoot funny like me.
Well, one of the biggest things that we do as McMillan Fiberglass stocks is because guys grew up shooting their dad's gun from the left-hand side.
Right.
They're used to using the right bolt.
Exactly.
So a lot of guys really like the right bolt, but they want to shoot a stock that's made for a left-hander. So we're able to do that.
Really?
Yeah. Not with this, but with McMillan Fiberglass.
With the hand laid up.
That's right.
That's pretty cool. All right, so this is neat, but then this thing has been sitting here awfully quietly, not talking, but I keep looking at it and going, okay, what are we doing here, Kelly?
Well, one of the things that you can see with the tactical is we try to give you everything that you want in a tactical stock. Spacer system, adjustable, this is a patented adjustable riser, and we've got 2 studs in front that you can replace with the 3-inch rail if you want, or a 6-inch rail.
Okay.
And about 50% of the short action 700 stocks that we make are detachable box magazines, and they'll spend anywhere up to $350 for a Badger M5 detachable box magazine, just for the bottom metal.
Yeah.
So what I did was I basically copied the M5 with the polymer,
Right.
and this is made out of polymer. It's going to cost $59.95. It's adaptable for any AI type magazine, and it's space age polymer, so
Right.
we're confident that it's going to be as rigid and durable. And what we've done to make sure that it's long lasting is we've made the lever out of aluminum.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, it's hard black anodized
So
aluminum.
that's not going to wear.
So the magazine box will wear out before this does. So
Right.
you're never going to have to worry about replacing that.
$59
Yep, $59.
instead of $350.
And there is a version of this stock that is available with the detachable box magazine. So top of the line, carbon fiber, spacer system, cheek piece, detachable box magazine, and the magazine for $69. So under $500 for the top of the line.
You order, you get it
carbon
to your
fiber.
house, you screw it in, you're ready to go.
That's right. Yep. Just unscrew your factory stock, put this one on there, torque it down, and you're ready to go.
Amazing. Now, is this available now?
Yes, they're available now, taking orders and delivering when we get back.
They go off the website. Is that the best
Yeah,
place?
MC3stocks.com is the store, and you can actually order them right online there. And we're going to be getting them out through the distribution and into the gun store soon.
From the folks that brought you the very best in synthetic stocks, another generation, Kelly. Exciting stuff, man. Way to go.
Tom, thanks for having me on. I always enjoy spending time with you. Appreciate it.
Always a pleasure. Hey, don't go far. A little bit later on today, we're coming back with more live video from the NASGW show right here in Pittsburgh.